Hi everyone, welcome to Natural Prana. Somebody had wanted me to do a video about what I eat while breastfeeding. So I'm just gonna talk about that. And I just want to start out by saying that since Kai has been born, I've exclusively breastfed him on demand. We haven't used pacifiers or bottles. I haven't found them necessary at all. He goes with me everywhere that I go. So I haven't felt the need to leave him, with anybody, and felt the need to use a bottle or anything like that. I know that's not the case for everybody, but that's just what has worked for us, and I just don't find them necessary. And I also think that that's what really has helped keep my milk production up, and how it's sufficient enough for him. When he wants to eat, I'm able to feed him. And he also co-sleeps with us since he's been born too, and which I also think is important as well. Being close to the mom in general. So with that being said, I don't place as much of an emphasis on food as I do with water. I find that as long as I'm drinking enough water throughout the day, I'm able to produce enough milk for him. And I actually just got done with a cleanse. I only did it for a few days, but I was just trying to clear out my digestive system. And I noticed that even when I was not consuming solid food, I was still able to produce enough milk for him. He was still acting the same, he was breastfeeding the same, and I really had no issues with it at all. And I was still having juice and things like that, but I wasn't consuming, a crazy amount of calories through solid food. So, I drink anywhere between 3 liters and a gallon of water a day. And it's distilled water. That's the best water that you can have. Korey's mom got us a distiller as a gift, and it was really a really good investment, because it's just the best water for you. So I drink water, and then as far as food goes, when I wake up in the morning, I drink about 1 liter of water, and sometimes I'll put lemon in it, sometimes I won't, but I always start my day off drinking water. And then I won't consume any food until probably 11 or 12 o'clock, and I try to do fruit. So sometimes I'll have a smoothie, sometimes I'll just have, if we have fruit around, sometimes I'll just have that. It just depends on how I feel. So if I have a smoothie, I'll have between 4 and 5 bananas in it, and then I'll put, during the winter, I use frozen fruit when I don't have access to a lot of fresh fruit. So I like a lot of berries in it. I just like the taste of it. We have this chia seed and flax seed. It's ground. It's a mix. I put that in. And then sometimes I'll put this green powder that we have. Sometimes I'll put that in as well. And yeah, I just mix it up, and then I'll drink that. So it's a pretty big smoothie. But that's really the first solid thing that I consume. And then after that, maybe I'll have, a couple hours later, I'll have a salad sometimes, with avocado. And in between there, I'm always drinking water too. If I don't drink enough water, I feel like I have sometimes my energy dips down, or I feel like I can just feel it, that I'm not having enough. And I never feel that way with calorie-wise with food. I know some people, when they're breastfeeding, they tell you to have, this crazy amount of calories while you're breastfeeding, because the baby is taking so much from you, and from you producing all the milk and stuff like that. And in my personal experience, I have not felt that at all. I actually felt way worse when I was pregnant, trying to, because they tell you to consume, you know, more calories while you're pregnant too, because your body is making a baby. But I actually feel worse when I'm trying to count my calories or trying to make sure that I'm having enough, or like kind of forcing myself to eat enough. When I was pregnant, I was not eating the amount of calories that they say that you should, and he came out very healthy. He was 6 pounds 11 ounces, which he was actually bigger than Ava. And when I was pregnant with Ava, I was consuming tons of different like junk foods, and you know, I was eating lots of meat and dairy and things like that. I was just very unhealthy in general. So he actually weighed more than she did, and then he gained weight extremely fast. I think that he's at a healthy weight, and I just feel that because I'm doing what's the most natural for him, which is just giving him my breast milk. As of right now, he hasn't had any solid food, and we just don't feel that it's necessary right now. Especially because my milk is made to help him thrive. So that's what we're doing right now. And I'll do a separate video though on, you know, introducing him to solid foods when we get to that point. But he's really healthy, and like I said, in my experience, I do not consume a ridiculous amount of calories a day. I just feel as long as I'm drinking enough that I'm producing enough, and I feel good too. I have a lot of energy. I'm able to do things with him. He's with me all the time, and yeah, I just don't feel it's necessary to eat a lot. Now, some people might feel that they feel better eating a lot, and that's just, I think that that's your choice and your experience, and you should do that if you want to. But for people who don't feel like that they want to eat that much, I'm just telling you that that was me. I didn't feel that it was necessary to consume tons and tons of food and so that I was able to produce enough for him. He gets plenty with how I'm doing it right now, and that's what I feel comfortable with. So then for dinner, we go back and forth. Sometimes I will eat some cooked food at night. Sometimes I won't. Sometimes I'll have another smoothie, or sometimes another salad, but I usually do, it just depends on how I feel or what we're doing. So I like potatoes, or last night Korey and I made like an Indian dish with just like a lot of spices with vegetables and things like that. So we'll steam the vegetables or we'll cook them. But usually that's what it is. Maybe I'll decide to have some kind of grain or something like that, like farro or quinoa, something along those lines. I do feel better eating just fruits and vegetables though, compared to eating grains and things like that make me feel really heavy and dense. So I really feel my best eating fruits and vegetables, things from the earth, not necessarily raw. I don't think that that's really necessary either, to just consume raw things. I think that just things from the earth, like fruits and vegetables, things like that. I will have, I like to eat nuts sometimes, nuts and seeds. I like walnuts or almonds, things like that. So I'll have that as like maybe a snack throughout the day. I do also drink juice quite a bit. We like to have pineapple juice. So when I do that, I'll juice a whole pineapple and I'll drink that. So sometimes I'll have that in the morning as well. Instead of a smoothie or before a smoothie, like I'll have orange juice, pineapple juice. I really like grapefruit juice. And the reason I like juices is because it's really easy to digest, and it gives me a lot of energy, and I just feel good when I drink it. So yeah, we'll have juices, or if I just have fruit, around, I'll have that. But yeah, I never worry about counting my calories. I never worry about if I'm eating enough, or if I'm consuming too much. I just go by how I feel. I think that's pretty much it. I think that it's just important to drink clean water, distilled water. It makes me feel really good. It keeps Kai happy because I keep my milk production up. But yeah, other than that, I think that we should not place as much emphasis on food as people do. It really, it takes away from everything else, I think, when we're worried about what we're eating and how much we're eating and counting the calories. I mean, calories don't even matter, to be perfectly honest. As long as you're doing what makes you feel good, then I think that that's what you should do. So if you have any other questions, you can just leave them in the comments below, or if you want me to do any other videos about what I eat. I hope this video was helpful, and if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel, and have a nice day, everybody.